In the midst of chaos, there is opportunity. Such was the case when the ancient Chinese general Sun Tzu crystallized a lifetime of conflict into the seminal treatise of the art of war. While its veracity can be argued, it is clear that the art of war... Anyway, that's enough posturing. That makes my voice hurt. Howdy again, folks. It's Leoso. This time back with a, we call it a somewhat special episode of the Dust Bunny Diaries, where we're going to be talking about the seminal treatise, as I said, of the art of war, written by Sun Tzu. Now, for those who don't know, the art of war is one of the oldest and most respected books on the intricacies of human conflict. While it rarely deals in specifics, its general tenets can give great insight when thinking about human conflict. Now, Dust is hardly what one would call a serious conflict. Its goal is to simply simulate war without the risk of injury or death. In the end, it's just for fun. That being said, the art of war can still provide a great deal of understanding of how to win engagements from single combat to alliance level campaigns. Going forward, let's take a look at some of the more interesting quotes from the art of war and see if we can apply them to Dust. All is fair in love and war. So basically with this quote, it's saying that there is no strategy that is too cheap or dishonorable. If a weapon is overpowered, use it. If you are able to infiltrate a corp, do it. If it will increase your chances of winning, do it. Disregard the cheap strategy at your own peril, lest it be used against you. Now, a good real-world example of this, at least in terms of Dust, was the whole tac rifle debacle. For the longest time after Uprising, the tactical assault rifle was arguably the best gun in the game. Now, it got a lot of hate because it was the best gun, and that in turn turned a lot of people off from using it. But in the end, these people were put at a disadvantage because it was clearly one of the best guns in the game. Now, despite all their bitching and moaning, they ended up only falling victim to it rather than taking advantage of it. Attack him where he is unprepared. Appear where you are not expected. Now, when playing an attack, whether on the personal level or alliance level, attack where they wouldn't expect you to be and where they are unprepared, as the quote obviously says. To put this another way, aim for the weakest link. Every organization or player has weak points. A player may not watch his radar very well, or a corp may have commanders that are easily flustered. Observe your target, find his weakness, and exploit it. Move not unless you see an advantage. Use not your troops unless there is something to be gained. Fight not unless the position is critical. Now, as the quote says, only fight when there's something to be gained. Be conservative in your planning an attack or playing in a battle. Fighting costs resources, whether it's ISK, clones, or mental energy. Attack where it'll have the greatest impact or where you stand to gain something. Don't become too attached to your territory, whether it's in PC or your current position in a battle. There are other districts and there are other places to fight. If a position is replaceable and of no significance, abandon it. All warfare is based on deception. The key to winning a fight is to keep your enemy guessing. Do everything in your power to break their expectations or feign your own weakness. When an enemy is unsure of your plans, it leaves them off balance. Indecision also follows, which can often be damning. Spreading misinformation can also have a great effect on the enemy. With the wrong information, they will often make the wrong decisions, leaving them open for a decisive defeat. One mark of a great soldier is that he fights on his own terms or fights not at all. Never let your enemy dictate the terms of a fight. This puts you in an extreme disadvantage, as it allows the enemy to have a plan while you have none. An unexpected battle often ends in a defeat. If you are unable to dictate the details of a battle, don't fight at all. It is often better to disengage than suffer a decisive defeat. So that's it for this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and if you did, be sure to subscribe or like. And also, if you enjoyed the meanderings on the art of war, be sure to read the book. It's a great read. Alright, thanks guys. See you in dust.